Evening all, so let's have some Corp battle fun now. Where to begin with this one? This was a battle by request. We're now going to start changing and structuring our alliance incorporation a bit more than maybe we have so far. This is mainly because you can't even talk to your alliance that easily. So you know, come 6th of May, we're going to be able to do alliance mails, Corp mails. We're going to have an alliance channel, woo, and lots more other stuff. So this comes from SquadX. This is SquadX. And the majority of the people in the battle, I think probably all of them actually, are part of Squad X. Now let me be very clear, squads are a way for you to play with your bros and play with a particular style. So I'm going to have a squad which will be mostly about defense, you know, big bulky soldiers looking, you know, pretty hardcore. Tanks, things like that, good turret pilots, shit like that. Now, to be honest, you know, just give us a bit of time. It takes a bit of effort to get all this together, and you'll certainly hear more about this over the next few, hopefully, days, actually. I've got an amazing video coming with crazy music that's just going to be like, woo. But anyway, so let's get to it. This is again, probably a good segue into this battle. Is we needed to practice attack and defend. I think we're quite good at defense, as I've said before, but I would say that we're not terribly good at attack. So there was no real kind of standard rules for this one. We weren't looking for a you know, a defense style approach here. Plus, we couldn't do that anyway because the toggle switch is in their favor. We need to attack. So this was great practice for us, and as you can see, I mean, hopefully while I've been blibbering and blabbering about Bibble, then you can hopefully see we've had some really good laser battles here, and Dreadnought, I salute you, sir. This was a fantastic laser duel. And I think this really just goes to show you that, you know, while me and him are dueling with lasers, you know, there's a whole amount of explosions, death and murder and mayhem going on around us, and we're just focused on killing each other, which was awesome. I loved it. But I think this is certainly what I think, you know, the Corp needs to practice. It's this taking space, taking districts, etc., etc. So we're getting there. And I think certainly when it comes to you know, what we're trying to achieve, I think in terms of districts is, you know, we want to keep at least one, for crap's sake. You know, I mean, if we don't even get one, then we suck. Then we need to really look at what we're doing. But I think we've got the capability to take one, I'm sure. What I'm thinking here as well is that, you know, things like the forge gun are not that well used when you're encountering people in prototype suits, and I think I've started to, again, you need a bit of practice, but I've become a bit of a deadeye with this forge gun, and I think it is just the ultimate rush stopper as well, because anything you hit with it generally can't be revived as well. So I've started using the forge gun like that, where I kill myself almost, but I've started using the forge gun to really get a bit of a almost like a proper defense up. You know, if you had a firing line of say 4 forge guns who all were able to use them as snipers proper, and you had an elevated point such as thus, oh, I fell off, damn, oh, flipping it. Anyway, so if you had an elevated position such as what I did have, here we go again, then you are pretty much quite powerful, I think. Particularly because you know, even if they were logi heavy, they can't revive their logis because, again, I think the forge gun does blap people into little bit of chunks that go into clone soup. So I think generally we've you know, that's a nice tactics. You know, I'm sure people are using it. Post in the comments if you are. Maybe you've got an even better way to stop the rush, the logi rush kind of revival stuff that goes on. I find this works quite well. I think the mass driver is probably another one, just because again it can do so much damage to limbs and stuff that you can't revive. So sounds funny, doesn't it? But anyway, that's the thing. So there we go. Oh, look at that. Now I think certainly when it comes to you know, this match here, look how close it is, and again we've lost C. You know, we've got a tank out. We've got Stay Fresh, superb tanker in his tank. and Z-Birth and a few other guys were really going at him. So this is me trying to come and help him, and I think certainly tanks do really change a battle. I do believe that. I think they still do. And as I jumped on here, look at what I found, a cornucopia of you know, dropped modules. Now I was going to camp them, but actually I think the best thing to do is just to take them out. And then here we go, this is the laser at its best, to be honest. This is where it really does damage at the range, you know, heated up at the range, and then you know, you can kind of take the teams out. Now again, I haven't recorded the comms. One day I will. I have started doing a few comms videos, but this is where I think comms really comes in, because, you know, Stay Fresh was saying help, 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 need the tank, you know, the tank's taking a hit, so we think, oh crap, right, we need to try and help him. And I think we got Z-Birth down, but there was still, I think, a fair bit of attack going at him, and unfortunately, ooh, boom, there we go. That's a shame. We lost a really good tank there, so that puts us on the back foot. But while that happened, while they were focused on the tank, we got C back. So this is where the beginning of the map kind of, yeah, the toggle switch flipping goes. Now, just a quick comment on this. Den, you're a superb goon, my friend. As he shot me, I thought, right, I'm in a scout suit, I'll jump over the barrier, but I forgot I was in a heavy. But there we go. So begin the age of the bombardment. So Z-Birth bombarded C, and that pretty much softened up C, ready for them to take it. So I think, come at me, bro, and I basically drop my own orbital on C as they goon rush it. So I'm watching them run across the bridge right now, and goodbye. Oh, you gotta love orbitals. Boosh. There we go. So I think we stopped the hack. I hope we did, at least for a moment, at least to get our guys back up there. But there we go, and our guys spawn back in. So that was a superb defense. That's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of the timing of defense and the way to do it. And I think that, you know, their second squad from B pretty much were pushed back, and we kept C. So that was to our favor. So now actually we start pushing on C. So instead of them thinking we're just going to sit back and let them come at us again, we start pushing directly back at B. However, they have their whole team here, so it's always a bit risky to do that. I think you can actually kind of red line a team if you can get maybe a sneak hack in on the final point, but as you see here, they've all pushed back, and then we see that they're starting to take A. So this starts to become quite a challenging battle. This is a superbly challenging battle, in fact. So I think, right, maybe I can do a sneak hack on B, but as I go for it, I'm noticed and I'm shot down. Oh, those flipping ARs. But anyway, so then as we're kind of then, as I spawn back in, we're then trying to defend C, so all of a sudden our team at C are nuked. So we, you know, because they ran to A. So again, this is the beautiful, wonderful nature. There's probably a fantastic chaos theory calculation for the way that people react in this, where you've got 3 points to control and you've only got 2 squads. There's probably a fantastic mathematical equation for that, because that's what's happening. That is literally what's happening. We saw A being hacked, so we run to A, then they got C, and then all of a sudden we're back on the back foot. So this is the principles of attack and defend, to be quite honest with you, because the ability to maybe get a hack, but you know you're not going to keep, but then divert and get the squad. I mean, look at that, the whole squad's over there now, so we've got a problem. So instead of saying, well, everybody attack C, I mean, we were, but I mean, we were now thinking, right, let's maybe do a hack on B. So this started the whole process again, but amazingly, I've got no health. It's again, flipping devols, seriously. If you use devols, every time you kill someone with a devol, a kitten is stomped on, and you'll still use it, won't you, you heartless bastards? I'm only bitter because I think the devol is a superb rifle. So here we go. So looking at B now, I mean, B looked pretty weakly defended from my vantage, so I'm thinking, right, and I sort of get the squad ready to hit B. As you can see, they're kind of mustering around it. Again, it's not just a case of saying, right, everyone hit B. You need to make sure that everyone's in a position where you can all hit at the same time and almost do a bit of shock and awe. And I think that's the key thing to do, because again, if you don't do a coordinated squad approach, then you're not going to do anything. And look at that, we did a squad attack. So around me, we think we had all 4 of the squad, in fact, but we lost 2. So by getting the hack, they got the CIU as well. So we've now got B pretty much under our control. So at this point, again, I completely missed that dude. I don't know where he came from. But at this point, we've said, you know, we've got Black Mortal Adder, who White Mortal Adder, in fact, who was at A, and he was trying to kind of keep A, and I was at B. But then unfortunately we lost A, so we're now pushing again. So, you know, we look how close the scores are. I mean, in terms of clones, we're losing, but in terms of the CIU or the MCC, it's pretty rich even Stevens. Then we got a hack on A again. Now again, I know I'm just kind of repeating what people are saying, but this I think is just the key part of it. So we saw that there was a hack on A, so their whole team went to A, and there's only 2 people defending C, and which we were able to deal with. So as I start hacking C, now I saw remote explosive. If that remote explosive hadn't been there, I would have got the hack. But because it was there, I had to back off and deal with it. That caused us to lose C. But here we go again, straight again. We're not sitting on C. We're going straight back for it because we've just lost A. So right back into the fray. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna cut away from this. Look at all the frantic squad killing that's going on there. This was really what we did. We became aggressive and we just went for it. And all of a sudden, we then got the hack on C. So our next point then was we got an orbital. So where are we going to drop the orbital? Well, we're now about to hit A. So all of a sudden, from nothing, using 2 cleverly placed orbitals and squad play, we got the hack on A. And as they then spawn into the CIU at A, I'm dropping an orbital on them there. I mean, it was just, you know, again, timing is everything. And I think that's a really great example of where, you know, a clever use of timing means that all of a sudden we've got all 3 points and they have 1 spawn. and they literally have 1 spawn and that's it. So we're now rushing to basically spawn camp them at the CIU. So, I mean, it was just an astonishing battle. I mean, you know, pretty much that sealed the deal in my mind. The only action they had left to them now was to try and get a counterattack very quickly on all 3 points. But again, that wasn't going to happen because we had them defended. So then here we go, I'm hacking their CIU as well, so pretty much sending them back to the spawn point. This is very typical, and again, I would stress, I think we were the weaker team because, you know, they had 8 players who were all mains, we had 6 players who were all mains, and myself and Black, in 1.2 million skill pointed characters who can do nothing. So, you know, I'm not not trolling. Well, I am trolling, but you know, not deliberately trolling. And then there we go, Zebra gets me at the end. But I think it's just squad play. Again, you can have a pretty weaker team take on a stronger team, but if you've got the squad play and you've got the organisation, like I think we're consistently showing in our squads, then you can usually do quite well. So there we go. Ah, look at all those deaths. My goodness, what a battle that was. Anyway, round 2 is fastly approaching this one, and don't miss it. It was, again, one of the most frantic battles I think we've had, and the amount of ISK that was splashed around is scary. See you next time.